my friends! How are we? How are all of you this fine Saturday evening? It is still Saturday evening, right? I am dead. Yeah, I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired. But this is straight up my chill times, so I try to make sure I don't cancel these unless I just don't actually feel well. Nothing quite like the healing samurai fun times. After Effects tutorials. Yeah, that's a way to veg out, I guess. Okay, I think I posted this in maybe Danny's Discord. That 8-bit music theory guy on YouTube has been my crack all week. Like, I always watch some YouTube stuff in the morning while I'm getting ready for work. I'll just have it kind of going because I like to, I don't know, fill my brain with things. I have been like burning through all of those videos every morning. They're so good. It's so fascinating, even though I only understand like a fraction of what he's actually talking about because I don't know shit about music theory. But it's really interesting and I'm learning some things and I love it. So let's see. Hi, Ulsari. Hi, Anarsis again. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Julie. So yes, we're gonna keep on rolling through the Hijikata route tonight. And then I don't know, we'll see if maybe we end up finishing Kyoto Winds tonight, since we're kind of skipping content. No, I hear you, Julie. I don't know that I'll go super duper late on this one because I'm a little tired too. But we'll see how we go. Yes, let's drag him to the altar. We will marry you, Hijikata, whether you like it or not. Even if he is basically married to his job. This is fine. We'll figure it out. We'll make it work. We'll make it happen. We will. I have green tea, but it's not my favorite matcha tea. It's just some kind of mint green tea, because I don't have the good stuff. I need to go shopping. I need to buy more tea. I'm running really low. Hijikata's romance starts at, you irritate me the least. I mean... Yes, he'll have no choice but to date us and marry us with the Shinsengumi gone. Haha! Wait. No. No, that's bad. It's so bad. See, what we've learned here is that Lynn is in fact Miranda from Monster Prom. Honestly, though. Hey, Renegade, welcome. Yo. I'm thoroughly tired, but it's fine.
We'll get rolling here in a few minutes, as per usual.
I have a bunch of Jolly Ranchers on my desk I really want, but eating them while trying to read is a terrible idea because you don't need to hear terrible mouth noises sucking on a Jolly Rancher while I try to voice act. And I don't want to choke, so I will have to wait. But they're so delicious. Deliberately avoiding eye contact with some flower. Oh gosh. I need to finish the line art for my handsome butler fool, but I just don't have time right now. I will probably work on that maybe tomorrow or later this week. I got the bulk of the rough. The rough was all done. So I at least have the visual of basically what he looks like.
Danny! Hi!
Oh, I didn't show you the finished one, did I, Julie? Well, I'm gonna fix that right now. In fact, you know what? You all get to see him. Here, for those that haven't already. I am playing this guy in a one-shot tomorrow. Working hard! That's okay. Well, this is gonna be one of those, like, we'll roll on through the content pretty quickly other than key scenes, since it's Kyoto Winds and we've been through it like 80,000 times. Yes, fancy butler boy! I've been working on his voice the last few days as well. It's so fucking posh! It's absolutely delightful. It's going to be most exciting to play him tomorrow, I think. We'll see how it goes. I've like outdone myself.
Aw, Julie! Stop!
I know, it's like, one-shot characters. Why did I pour so much work into a one-shot character? I don't fucking know. Danny! That's an emote. There's a demonic pact involved. You're probably not wrong. Hi, Twilight. No, we're not going through Eva's route tonight. Julie, stop making everyone so hot. Yeah, that's a lie. Nobody wants that. Oh, congrats, Renegade. Glad to hear you had fun. Anything cool happen? Did your players do all sorts of dumb shit? Get into trouble? I should really make room for the chat widget on my start screen so we could actually see that stuff, but whatever. Koi no katachi? I don't think I've even heard of that. Or at least the Japanese title is not ringing a bell to me. A silent voice. Oh! I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. It looks wonderful, though. I want to see it. It looks like something that would probably make me cry. All right, my friends, I think we're ready to begin. So let's do the thing. You know, the thing where we date the samurai? The reason we're all here? Let's get it. Oh, Twilight. Listen, Soji only had one awful scene that they added for no fucking reason at all. Other than that, I loved his route still. He's still one of my favorite boys. I thought we were here for something else entirely. What is this dating samurai nonsense? Pish tosh. I mean, honestly, just have her watch the opening for like 30 seconds. Is that not convincing enough? All right, let's get that walkthrough up. There we go. There we go. Let's see. As usual, let's go pop in the gallery and see what we've unlocked. We've unlocked from a long time ago, so whatever, but just in case we forgot who we're dating. This guy. And this was the very first thing we saw. No wonder we were smitten. I too would be smitten at a handsome man in the moonlight pointing a sword at me. I guess. Not really. That would actually be really terrifying. But anyway, pretty. Yay. Beautiful. The color is just so good. Oh god, I swear the art in this game alone is just so good. So goddamn beautiful. Oh, here. Now we have a screenshot. This comes in later. But yeah, we have that one of Hijikata. Twice! Oh no, Renegade. Oh no. Let's see. Oh right, we did unlock a CG with Iba that we didn't have before. Remember this? Anyway, I'm just gonna stare at this for a few minutes while I drink my tea. Y'all, as soon as we finish Saito after Hijikata, I don't care what anybody wants. I think I'm gonna make another executive decision like I did with Soji, and we're going to date this man. There's too much here that I love. Look, it's fate. Alright, let's get into it. This is where we left off, I guess. Yeah. So we'll read some because we're kind of up in the next chapter, and I don't quite remember scenario-wise what this was.
No news of my father came forth the other day, and somber restlessness took hold of me. Originally, it seemed Hijikata granted me approval to accompany the captains on their rounds through Kyoto to search for my dad. Then he called me in.
Didn't pick even your heart made that. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm right there with you. That was, whew, my goodness.
Excuse me. I saw Okita and Heisuke had been summoned along with me, and I felt a partial sense of relief. It did a little to calm my chattering nerves, and I didn't want to be in a bad spot with Hijikata. You called me? Hijikata seemed to be in a foul mood, so I decided it was best to act with tact in his presence.
お前の行動さん探しの件だがな。しばらく様子を見ようと思う。
But...
You know you're scared of someone with Soji being there. Yeah, no shit.
What? But why? We just started looking for him. Stopping now would surely cause any of our leads to run dry. His words stunned me. How could he back out on this? Hijikata remained deeply composed.
長州の連中が不穏な動きを見せている。本来ならお前を外に出せる時期じゃない。
I'd heard how the warriors of the Choshu domain associate with the Imperial Nationalist Party. For some reason, they find foreigners repulsive, using brute force to prevent any foreign presence. All of their faith is aligned with the Emperor. The Shinsengumi, on the other hand, serve the Shogun, meaning they're directly opposed. If the Choshu is active, it could mean that my own goal is of little concern to the Shinsengumi. I might become something of a burden to them. So, are you asking me to refrain from joining the rounds until things with the Choshu domain settle? Hijikata nodded and turned towards the two men.
というわけで、今日からこいつを巡察に連れて行くのは取りやめだ。
なるほどね。だから当番の俺らが呼ばれたってわけか。
Heisuke seemed 2 steps behind Hijikata's words, until this very moment where it seemed to click.
でも今までだってこいつが巡察に迷惑をかけたこともないし、別にいいんじゃないかな。
そうそう、僕たちに何かあっても関わらないようにしてくれればそれでいいし、どさくさに紛れて逃げ出すこともないしね。
I won't run. I knew he wasn't being serious, but I couldn't stand to keep my mouth shut. I made up my mind the minute the men of the Shinsengumi agreed to help me find my father. I made a vow never to run from the Shinsengumi, for as long as they helped me find my father. My desire to find my father showed no signs of slowing, even since I first arrived in Kyoto. I will keep my vow.
Yes, Heisuke's love. Can we get some Hypesuke in the chat for our first and best husband, please?
So please allow me to continue looking for my father.
Ah, yeah, there's our boy.
I bowed to Okita, keeping my eyes locked with his. His smirk, however, shrunk slowly as he gazed towards me, caught in between words to say.
Oh no, Lin can't Hypesuke anymore.
危険を承知でついてくるって言うなら、僕の一番組に同行してくれて構わないよ。それに行動さんらしい人を見たっていう証言もあるしね。
確かにそういう証言もある。だが危険だと分かってるところにミスミス出すこともねえだろう。分かってるのか？お前らの足を引っ張りかねねえんだぞ。
I promise I won't cause any trouble. Please! If I lose the opportunity to search for my father, then the chances of finding him will sink. I laid prostrate before him, and Hijikata simply sighed heavily.
市中を巡察する組長の指示には必ず従え。いいな。
Yes, of course! Thank you so much. I didn't know how else to show my gratitude, so I bowed deeply again.
行くか行かないかはお前が好きに判断しろ。
All right. I had to make sure this was the best decision. There was something in his demeanor that made me unsure of my desire to leave the compound. Still, if I was with Okita or Heisuke, I'm sure I'd be safe and well protected. On the other hand, my presence could be an undue burden to them. What was I to do? Well, in order to figure that out, I need to consult the walkthrough.
And of course, since the guy we want to hang out with is telling us not to go, we do what he says and stay in the compound.
After contemplating, I decided to stay in. I couldn't convince myself that I wouldn't be a burden to them during dangerous situations. Still, it was disheartening to think about. Another dull day spent inside. Throughout the past 6 months, I was allowed to finally search for my father on the rounds, and I felt like a part of the house by contributing. Even though sometimes I was occupied with cleaning or cooking, it seemed like I was serving my part to the Shinsengumi in a meaningful way. I spent most of my time with the captains, but there were opportunities to chat with the warriors and come to know them as real people. Maybe they were starting to think of me as a warrior in training, rather than Hijikata's page. These worrying thoughts made me so anxious I was turning numb. The idea that I'd become so dependent on the Shinsengumi at this moment. What should I do today? I was resigned to the consequences of my decision, something that felt like I was wasting away the tender moments of my life in these headquarters. I was, in short, with nothing to do. All right. I decided to enter the inner courtyard, or maybe I could feel a pleasant breeze tingle my face in the shade. The quaintness may calm me down. Damn it. Alas, no winds blew through the courtyard today. No reprieve from the harsh sun bearing down upon this dry emptiness. I had a feeling it was going to be a bad day. Shade was the best I could hope for, it seemed. I sighed, sitting in whatever shade I could find. Something occurred to me as the sun roasted Kyoto. All right. My father's been here, hasn't he? They'd mentioned it, but they hadn't told me why. Was he tending to the injured? Or perhaps educating the Shinsengumi on how to avoid illness? Maybe he'd intended to stay here long term. My father never mentioned to have been with the Shinsengumi. He'd visited only a few times, or so I'd been told. If he'd really been their doctor, then he would have visited far more often. Which left me with the question, why? It was extremely clear to me that the Shinsengumi had plenty of secrets, but I grew suspicious that these secrets deeply implicated my father as well. No, that can't be right. Can it? I shook my head again, trying my best to dispel the dark thoughts taking shape.
何がまさかなんですか?
Ah! No! Abort! Abort! No!
I spun around to find that Sannan had walked behind me, utterly undetected and unannounced.
You know, like he tends to do. I was wondering about that impending feeling of dread, right?
Sannan! Is it all right for you to be walking around?
私が寝たきりの病人か何かのような言い方はよしてください。何の問題もありませんよ。
Oops. Gosh, we sure are tactless and stupid sometimes.
There was a hint of coldness to his words.
もっとも左腕は寝たきりですがね。
I couldn't bear to look at the sad, twisted smile he gave me. His arm hadn't healed, and it seemed certain now that it never would. The rest of the captains seemed sure that he would never be able to use his arm as he'd done before.
君こそ部屋を出ていていいんですか? 屯所内を勝手に動き回られては困ります。
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. They usually let me walk around as I pleased, so long as I didn't go into anyone's room. But I knew that, technically, I was confined to my room. Any freedom given to me was simply a courtesy. In other words, Sannan was right. If he decided to chastise me for being in the courtyard, I had no reasonable response. There were some things I wanted to think about. I hoped the courtyard would be breezy. The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized they sounded far more like childish excuses than a valid explanation.
我々の監視から逃れて一人とは何か企んでいることでもあるみたいですよ。
Okay, Sanan, here's an idea. You walk the other way, I'll walk the other way, and we can pretend this never fucking happened.
I'm sorry. Still, I was beginning to grow accustomed to the subtle cruelty that seemed to accompany each word from Sannan's mouth. Alright, I'm going back to my room then. I turned and began to walk away. Sannan's unpleasantness had started after he was wounded during his trip to Osaka. He spent most of his time locked in his room now, and he was quick to lash out on others in response. I knew the loss of his arm hurt him, more than I could understand. But I wished he could go back to being the warm, kind man he was originally. I turned around to see him still standing there. It's really hot out today. You should try and stay out of the sun. Please, take care of yourself. I gave him a nervous little laugh, and he responded with a chuckle of his own. His smile didn't look forced.
ありがとうございます。君も体調には気をつけてくださいね。
Okay. The Sannan I'd first met was still there. My spirits lifted, I ran back to my room.
Yeah, this is before he goes full crazy, so, like, he's mostly just depressed. Which is kind of understandable, given, he's a samurai and he's lost use of his arm, so he basically can't, like, do his job anymore.
It was later that evening that the compound exploded with activity. I was walking down the hall when I heard footsteps and turned to see Nagakura coming toward me. Nagakura? What's that for? He glanced down almost absently at his hands, holding a candle and an exceptionally long needle.
長州の患者を捕まえたんだけどよ。なかなか口を割らねえらしいんだ。
Yoicks.
土方さんが直々に相手をすることになったんだが、道具が足りないって言うから持ってくところよ。
Oh my god, Nagakura, don't tell us that!
I don't understand.
こういうことは分からねえ方が幸せだって。
He gave another bark of laughter, turned his back on me, and walked off.
Welp. That's right, friends. The man we're trying to date just tortured a man to get him to talk. It's fine. This is fine.
As the sun began to set, the activity in the compound reached a fever pitch.
And I think I'm gonna skip through this stuff because it's just them getting ready for the Ikedaya raid. Which we've seen. Let's see, what was this though? Oh yeah, she chose to still stay behind. So now Sannan's like, oh hey, you need to go warn peoples. So he's saying Sannan is sending her along with Yamazaki to deliver the message to Hijikata that, oh hey, they're over here.
Why me? I feel like if I were to go with him, I would only be a burden. Why did he choose me? I can't stand the thought of getting in someone's way and being the reason something bad happens.
足手まといといえども人数には変わりませんよ。
Sunnan responded while giving me a cold gaze.
伝令に向かう途中、他の老師に足止めされるかもしれません。それ以外にも徴収側の遠兵が存在する可能性もあります。もし伝令の道中に敵と遭遇したのなら、土方君との合流も遅れてしまうでしょう。
Sunnan finished with the soft smile I hadn't seen him use for weeks.
さて、私の言いたいことはわかりますか？
Okay, but here's the part where we remember that Sanan is an incredibly smart and clever man who is really good at manipulating people. It's kind of his thing. But it's fine. He's smiling kindly. He's the nice Sanan we missed.
はい。自分が長州遠兵の足止めを行い、最悪は彼女だけでも土方隊に合流させようと。
Never Sanan. Okay, but on the same token, Yamazaki is a good, cute, serious boy who is nothing but a good bean.
What? It sounded as if they were suggesting if things went badly, Yamazaki would sacrifice himself.
もちろん山崎君が失敗するとは思っていませんよ。我々には人手が足りず、君には仕事が多い。会津藩や諸師大への連絡も担ってもらわねばなりませんから。
That would have Yamazaki running all across Kyoto. I suppose it really drove home just how thin the Shinsengumi was stretched.
Team Yamazaki after Iba? Yeah, same. All the like next in line dudes, that's gonna be a really tough vote, I think. Cause I know some folks want Nagakura. Then we've got the Iba camp, then there's the Yamazaki camp, then well, nobody's in a hurry to see Sanan.
Iba! And there's no other person that could do this job? What about Shimada? Shimada is another Shinsengumi spy who's trusted enough with knowledge of my situation. Sannan shook his head. The Shinsengumi needs every single member they can get, and Shimada was with the Shikoku team. Which means that apart from Yamazaki, I was the only one that could possibly serve as a messenger at the moment.
確か雪村君だったな。護身程度の術なら身につけていると聞いたが。
Alright, this is basically the first time we're actually meeting Yamazaki.
Yes, I do.
残念ながら君の安全は保証できない。それで構わないというのであれば、俺に同行してくれ。
If I tried to run away while we were out, I had no doubt that he would kill me without hesitation. This mission is his priority, not my life. Even so, I'll go. I can take care of myself. You don't need to worry about me. Sannan gave me a small smile. I knew he wanted to join the battle more than anyone, but we both knew that wasn't possible. The least I could do was carry out my mission.
Team, whatever you want to play. Yeah, Iba and Yamazaki are like top of my list right now. I have wanted to have Yamazaki as an option since I first played the original game, so I've been waiting for that for literal years. But gosh, Iba sure looks great.
では、早朝命令、しかと承りました。
Yeah, Julie, I think we definitely share a type or two.
He bowed then as he stepped out of the room and turned to me.
全力で俺についてこい。
I took off after him, my legs working as hard as they could. Into the dark street we ran. I discovered quickly that half a year indoors did little for my physique, and I was out of shape. After only a few blocks, I was gasping for breath.
A few blocks? Shit. I would be gasping for breath after like a minute.
Yamazaki, who was running ahead of me, suddenly stopped and looked sharply behind us.
何があってもこの通りを走り抜けろ。
Oops. I may have cut off his speech.
Sally! Don't tell me someone's behind us.
君は知らなくてもいい。
Okay.
Seems like Yamazaki's hunch was right. What should I tell Yamazaki?
We are gonna say, Yamazaki, you should go.
I'll stay behind. Yamazaki, please, you should go.
バカなことを言うな。君がここに残って何ができる？
If I distract the enemies, then you could go in the meantime.
引きつける役ならば俺がやる。君は走れ。
Yamazaki wasn't looking to take no for an answer, so I nodded in good faith. I looked to what lay ahead for me. As I stepped into the next intersection, I saw a flash of metal from the corner of my eye.
君は惑うな。じきに合流できる。白の大服を目指してこのまま走れ。
Right! I kept running. I pretended I didn't hear the sounds of swords ringing against one another behind me and ran. My knees felt weak and my legs shook, but I kept going. They'd have to collapse or tear themselves to pieces before I'd stop. Even so, I felt so slow. I wanted to cry out, to scream at my body to go faster. Faster! Ah! A bright light suddenly caught through the darkness, and I placed my hand over my eyes from the glare. My heart stopped. Was it Choshu soldiers? I froze.
何やってんだてめえは。
Hey!
I very nearly began to cry with relief. Hijikata was not dressed in the usual light blue jacket, but rather a bright white uniform to be seen in dimly lit places. Instead, I simply collapsed as Harada reached out to grab me.
大丈夫か？勝手に豚書から出てると土方さんに怒られるぞ。
I grabbed hold of Harada's hand and pulled my body to its feet. I wanted to tell him I had permission to leave and explain it was all right for me to be there, but I was so winded I could barely speak. Besides, I wasn't sent to Hijikata to make excuses. I took as deep of a breath as my shuttered lungs could manage before speaking. They're meeting at Ikeda. Suddenly, Hijikata's expression changed.
本命はあっちか。
I nodded rapidly.
敵の会合場所は池田屋であると。
Hijikata gestured towards me.
Hi, Drake! Welcome!
三男さんなら脱走を見過ごさねえ。つまり、こいつは早朝命令で豚書を出たってことだ。
よく俺らと合流できたな。今日の地理には詳しくないんだろ。
Yamazaki. I'd finally got some of my breath back, and I did my best to tell them what had happened.
合図や諸次第はどうなった？もう池田屋に行ってるのか？
I just shook my head. Hijikata thought for a moment, then spoke.
斎藤と原田は隊を率いて池田屋へ向かえ。俺はよそで別件を処理しておく。
Harada and Saito nodded curtly, then turned to their business.
あんたもこれ以上の単独行動は危険だ。俺たちか副長かどちらかに同行しろ。
I still lacked the breath to respond properly, so I simply nodded. We both knew they couldn't leave me here, but whom should I accompany?
I think this choice is pretty obvious. So...
We will double check, however. The prospect of being alone with him was rather frightening, but for reasons I still don't understand, I decided to go with Hijikata. We were quiet for a while. I felt like I should say something, but I wasn't sure what.
Right? Like, this is where I have problems with Hijikata's route in general. They don't even bother to try explaining it most of the time. They almost lampshade it. They're basically like, yeah, he's really scary and I have no fucking idea why I decided to go with him, but here I am. LOL.
Instead, I kept quiet. After a moment, he glanced down at me.
伝令ご苦労だったな。俺たちが先手を打てるのはお前の手柄だ。
Oh, we made him happy.
Hey, Kent! Welcome. Also, wow, yeah, Hijikata's actually smiling. What the fuck?
I never thought Hijikata, of all people, would praise me for anything. My heart fluttered momentarily in my chest. But what did he mean by an advantage? If the battle at the Ikeda Inn had begun, it didn't seem like we had much of an advantage at all. We stepped from the alley into the central avenue.
Old Perp Eyes giving us the tsundere smile. Oh yeah.
Hijikata, why are we out here on the street?
臆病風吹かすような連中は目立つことしか頭にねえって相場が決まってるんだよ。
I blinked, not sure what to make of that. Yamazaki appeared beside us without making a sound. Yamazaki! You're safe! He didn't seem to have been hurt at all, thank goodness. Yamazaki's eyes slid to me for a moment, then back to Hijikata.
池田屋の件はすでにお聞き及びかと思います。自分は会津藩と諸次第へも通達を行うよう三男総長より促されておりましたが。
だろうな。次の指示は追って出す。山崎はひとまず俺と一緒に来い。
承知。
腰の表役人どもへは新選組の副長が直々に挨拶しに行く。
Oh boy, he's got it in commander mode. This is fun.
Deep in his cold eyes, I saw a spark of anger. They appeared as the words came out of his mouth. Lines of government soldiers marching toward us. There were hundreds of them marching across the entire width of the street, several rows deep. Now I understand why Hijikata took us out into the street. We would never have seen the government forces we shimmied through back alleyways. There was something about their march, so slow and unconcerned, that lit the fires of anger in my eyes. The rest of the men are still fighting at the inn. The Shinsengumi had a few soldiers able to fight, but they were risking their lives for Kyoto. Didn't these men have the same responsibility? Why weren't they rushing to help us at the inn? Perhaps my anger was a lot more obvious than I realized, because Hijikata gave a snort of laughter.
安心しろ。新選組を奴らのいいようにはさせねえ。
He stepped forward into the very middle of the street, directly in front of the advancing soldiers. All he did was move a few feet and turn to face them, but he held such an authority in his movements. He could have easily been at the head of an army.
局長以下、我ら新選組一同、池田屋にて御用改めの最中である。
Ah, thanks, Mignac. No worries. Sleep well, my friend.
一切の手出しは無用。池田屋には立ち入らないでもらおうか。
Even I could see that the government men were going to protest Hijikata's proclamation when Yamazaki leaned over to whisper in my ear.
もし池田屋に立ち入ることを許せば、長州浪士制圧すら彼らの手柄とされるだろう。
Those bastards.
What? How could they? After all the Shinsengumi had done, it just didn't seem fair. But it's the men of the Shinsengumi who are risking their lives.
それだけ我ら新選組は軽んじられているということだ。副長は今たった一人で新選組のために体を張っておられる。彼らが池田屋に踏み込むことを許せば、その突入したことだけを喧伝するだろう。
Aw, thank you for the bits, Mignac.
実際に突入した新選組の武勇はなかったことにされかねない。だからこそ副長は会津藩の介入を封じようとしてくれているのだ。
Yamazaki held Hijikata in such high regard. So when Hijikata said we have an advantage, this is what he was referring to.
しかし我々にも務めが。小せえ旅館に何十人も入るわけねえだろう。池田屋を取り囲むくらいが関の山だ。それとも乱戦に巻き込まれて死にてえというなら止めはしねえが、我が身が可愛いならおとなしくしとくんだな。
Hijikata's tone, as much as his words, left no room for argument. Until the battle ended, he stood his ground, and not a single man